Today I'm going to be making Yuffie's shuriken from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. I'm just doing this one quick for a convention as an alternate costume just in case my armor breaks. I hope my armor doesn't break, but if it does, I do like to have a backup. Now, this is going to be a smaller version than the actual one that is in the film, because her actual one is absolutely massive, and I don't really want to use up so much material. So instead of, I worked out to be about 1 meter, 1 meter 20, something like that. It's going to be 70 centimeters from tip to tip, which is the size of one of the EVA foam sheets that I have. You know, conveniently, because I definitely didn't pick, I'm going to make it the size of a sheet. Okay, so to start off with, you need to get the foam sheets. I take these off, then just draw diagonally from edge to edge as such, and well, it's basically edge to the center because my thing's only 40 centimeters. Now drawn on and cut out the basic one layered version, and now I'm just going to transfer this onto the next sheet. Whoops. Okay, now this goes onto the next sheet. I'm literally going to stick it corner to corner, but I'm going to put it detailed side to detailed side on the mat, so that when they come together at the end and they're all stuck together, they don't end up, you know, looking terrible, because they're just going to have that texturing on the outside. So to transfer that over, I'm just going to put the first one on there and then draw around it, and making sure to put pressure on the original so it doesn't move around and you end up with hopefully the same shape. I've now cut out both of the main shapes, and to be fair, it's not half as bad as it was, but it would have at least nice to have been symmetrical, but you know, hand drawing and the like. Now I'm going to be reinforcing these with doweling. I got 6mm doweling because I keep a supply of it for crafting purposes. Now, because of the hole in the center, you can't just put a cross of doweling in like I normally would. So I'm going to have to run the cross up to the center and then do diagonal pieces around the circle and hopefully just seal it around. And that should provide enough stability to stop it from wobbling too much. I've now stuck the center together, which again, it mostly reduces the bendiness, but once it's all stuck together it should be quite good. So, but now I'm sticking it all together and I want the edges to actually meet. There's two good ways of doing this that I found. Okay, there's two good ways of doing this that I found. One of which is to stick all the edges together with masking tape, which wastes a lot of masking tape. The other one is clothes pegs. Lots and lots of clothes pegs. Basically, you do the hot glue along the edge, and then you stick the clothes pegs on, and it'll squeeze them together. And once I've done that, I'm going to make it a little bit more symmetrical than it currently is, because it's just not that great, but it's rough at the moment, as it's meant to be. Okay. So, okay. I've done all of my grinding on the shuriken, which now looks like this. Again, it's not as big as it's supposed to be. I mean, it's supposed to be about that much bigger, but considering the fact that I only wanted to make it out of one foam tile just in case, it's actually turned out quite well. It's quite comfortable, can withstand being dropped. Okay, that was stupid. Well, it can withstand being dropped either way. I've left the center open as well, showing the wood and stuff inside. Could be helpful getting it into conventions if security, you know, ask what it's made of. It's foam, all of it, look. So squishy. Plus, you know, not even the pointed bits are even harmful, so I'm sure they won't mind. I've now done the basic painting on my shuriken. I don't think they've ever been this size, but you know, it's huge. Right, I did the basic paint, which is just a layer of plasti dip for all of the black, and then I masked it off. Now I had to bring it back in to do all the masking, that's why it took so long. But after I did that, I then sprayed all of the non-masked sections with silver, just to give it an edge, so it looks like it's been painted. Then after that I got some grey acrylic paint, and just put it on with a sponge just to make it look like it's been scratched along the top of the ridges and around the central ring where you're going to be holding it, or at least where my finger spent half its time. Now I only did one side just so I can do the second side now. The battery was dead on the camera, so I didn't have a choice. Also, to anyone irritated by continuity, the thing that's changed. I do now have an axe. I've done all the painting on it, and now the paint has dried because the glue gun took so long. Now I'm just going to wrap ribbon around one of the ends because this is the Advent Children version, and we all know why that ribbon's there. Don't want to spoil things for people though. So again, I just got this ribbon. I could have actually got better ribbon, but I thought it was solid pink, whereas it's actually partially opaque, so I'm just going to need to wrap it up a few more times to make up for that. But I would suggest checking your ribbon first and don't be an idiot like me. Okay, that's now stuck on. It's just a dab of glue to either end. I know. And yeah, that's now finished. It's all on. Yep, on, yep. Oh, I've been doing this all day with no issue. Okay, fine. One last try. Okay. Yeah. Amusingly, I actually saw someone taking them or insulting. Yeah. Amusingly, I actually saw something insulting fidget spinners today, literally saying, "Do they cut people?" This one does. I mean, I could throw it, but then I won't get it back, and catching this thing would be a challenge. So, the most fun thing I can do with it. I'm going to spend an entire convention doing this, aren't I? Could happen. And, okay, it is on. I just had to check my microphone there for a second. Yeah, it's quite hard to resist doing that